What's going on, guys? I just got to do a quick update here because I am noticing right now that we had some bullish price action in AMD today. I had posted on my TradingView account. If you're not following me there, definitely follow me. It's actually right here. On September 24th, we were looking like we were in this falling wedge, and I'm about to go back to it. Here's that falling wedge here. It's actually beautiful, beautiful. So AMD, back in the day, was looking like it could have been making a big head and shoulders pattern. I made a video on it. How if we came down, we could bounce off this 70. I think I said roughly, well, I had this chart here, so 73.90 roughly. I think I was talking about it when it was around this range. Said if we broke this range, we could come down here. We got to be cautious because if we lost that range, we would definitely be screwed. And then if we got a nice big bounce off it, and we ended up coming in creating some kind of shoulder here, and we lost this support on the next drop, that we could be looking at a big head and shoulders pattern that could send us down pretty low. However, if you go back and watch that video, you'll see what I was talking about. I wasn't as clear with my charting as I am now. I've gotten a little bit better, I'd say. However, we definitely didn't make a head and shoulders pattern. We made a beautiful double bottom here, and that would have been a key area to buy. It would have been worth that chance there. Once we came down and bounced here, that was your indication. Oh shit, we held that support. Get the hell in, right? So this would have been the buy. And then we came up here and we retested this area, and we could tell how big of a resistance it is because if we look back here on AMD, it tested that level quite a bit. And we also could have made a good case that excuse me. Sorry. Still getting over a little cold here, so we could have made an easy case that this whole thing could have just rolled right over once again because this is the same level. It gets rejected at a lot. So what did I do? I put a small little short in right here. A put. And I ended up closing it somewhere on this rip back up. I was like, oh shit, I gotta get the fuck out. And look what we did. We made a nice small inverse head and shoulders. You can kind of see it right there. And what else did we do? We broke this long-term resistance. That's great. Why? Because this resistance has gone back for how long on AMD? Since July 22nd, 2020 was when we first hit this was actually in August of 2020. So here we are a year later from the first time we tapped this. A year later, we're breaking out of this consolidation. What happens when we break out of consolidations? Most of the time, we do not touch that consolidation again. It's pretty much done its whole life. Every time it breaks these consolidations, you back test it, and you run, and you don't come back into it. So what did we just do here? Well, this first time, we made this little back test, and we ran. We consolidated. We tap this resistance or support, retest, right? Resistance flip. And now we're taking off. So I'm pretty sure we're not going to be coming back into this area again based off of history anyway. Price action doesn't have to repeat, but it's looking pretty good that it's going to rhyme here. So my next target here, which could turn out to be a lot bigger than this because we do have a very nice double bottom. Here's your first low, here's your second low. So you got a pretty nice W somewhere. I mean, I don't know if I'd want to say it's roughly right about here would be your W neckline, which is right around 114. Yeah, 114. So what we want to see, because right now we're breaking out. We just broke out today, actually. 106.16, 107. Somewhere around there was our breakout. So we want to keep an eye on that and see if it's going to actually continue to break out. I mean, look at the RSI. I mean, even if I brought, I don't have this line perfectly, but it's a clear breakout. Sorry, my hands are wet. I just took a shower, so my screen isn't working too well. I got the touch screen going here. But we could just do our perfect line, and there we go. So we got our breakout, we got our back test, and we got our 4-hour close above. That looks pretty damn good. I think we're ready to rip. The target up here, obviously, like I said, our first resistance is going to be 114.62. The target of a W breakout is basically the width of this right here. So something like that. And then right from the neckline, which is pretty much going to probably bring us to the top of this wedge. And then the price target of this falling wedge is the top of this wedge, which is also 122.47, same as the W breakout. And that's pretty much what our destination most likely is. I mean, I could put this box from this 115 up to right here and expect that we most likely are going to come up here and nail this area again. And then from there, that's where we have to say, is this thing going to double top? Or are we going to be able to clear this area? So that's pretty much the next step, in my opinion. I mean, this isn't financial advice, but it seems pretty clear to me that we are creating something very, very big. And the market is definitely agreeing. So this is a clear breakout, and there's not much more to say. I mean, I can look at some more indicators. This is just basically me just looking at the chart. But so one thing we can look at here on the 4-hour is our Ichimoku cloud. So Ichimoku cloud is a very, very reliable indicator. When you're in the green cloud, you are bullish. When you're in the red cloud, you are a little more bearish. It's a little more resistance, but once you can break it, you can get bullish again. And obviously you see what happened here during this time. We had a lot of resistance. It held us down for a while. We broke through. We hit our normal peak resistance here. We came back down. The cloud turned green. We back tested it a couple times, and we ripped. Then we went sideways here. We didn't have much support below, so we kind of just did a falling wedge here. Caught some support off it. Fell into this cloud. Found support perfectly in this cloud here, down the lower, 99, 100 area. And then we ripped off it. So what we do need to do, though, is we want to start getting above this cloud resistance, which is roughly right now around where the price action is landing. So, the next play, if you missed that, would be, well, hourly looks very nice too. We just cleared that support. We just cleared that resistance. What about the daily? We're still above this. Look at that beautiful test of the cloud. This is looking fucking good, excuse my language, but it's looking good. So definitely keep an eye on AMD. This thing is looking very strong. And that's all I'm really going to go into right now. Breakout imminent. 114, 115 is our first level. We might hit that. We might back test, falling wedge back down, retest 108. I don't know. We could just rip all the way up here to 122. I don't know how this is going to play out, but keep an eye on it. Beautiful. Peace.